Hey, it's Bells. Welcome to Funny Farm Fishing Things' very first video, with many more to come. If you have sensitive ears, I suggest you put some earbuds in, because you're going to want to watch this, but you may not want to hear the funky shit that comes out of my mouth. G'day. Welcome to Funny Farm Fishing Things. I'm going to take you along on my journey as I turn this vacant space beside our house into an aquaponics and goldfish farm. You'll get to meet my faithful assistant Spook, so grab a can, kick back, and I hope you enjoy it. So this is a shot. There's Spook helping me level. She's helping level stuff out. She's my little assistant. So I was lucky enough to come across an entire aquaponics system for $1,000 Australian dollars. So it come with a 10,000 litre aquatic trough, 2 boats, countless IBC shuttles, grow beds, all the plumbing. I did have to remove it and disconnect everything and then bring it all home to then set it up how I wanted it, but the original system was absolutely amazing in its day, and I did see it personally many times. So these blue drums coming up, that's just me setting up the filtration unit, working it all out, laying down some crusher rock, weed mat. So this is the filtration unit with my assistant. This is the mineralisation tank. Just got some mesh on it to keep the leaves out for now. Nothing's functional yet. This is my DIY filtration unit. Those small 25mm pipes at the top go all the way to the bottom of the barrel, and they got holes in the bottom so I can blow air through that line and blow all the shit out through the filter media through there with my shop vac, and then I can evacuate the fish waste along this other 50mm pipe down into the mineralisation tank. So there's 4 barrels. This last one will be a moving biofilter. So the water comes in through these pipes here. Got ball valve taps and non-return valve taps as well. Then underneath I've got a drain line. So each barrel has a swell motion underneath to catch most of the solids, and I can evacuate that. It's all linked. Everything's got a tap on it as well, so I can turn whatever on and off, and that'll go back into this mineralisation tank, and it will gravity feed because the drums are higher than the mineralisation tank. So this isn't up and running yet. I'm just plumbing it all up, and then as you come along here you can see all the ball valve taps there, so everything has to have a tap. And yeah, there's my evacuation pipe which I mentioned earlier. So when I run the air through this line, blow all the shit out, it'll just come down this pipe and then out the back. So I don't waste any water. That gets mineralised by the bacteria, then dumped back into the system. So the first barrel is a swell filter, comes down into the second barrel, which is a bog or rock filter. Then it'll come out this pipe, gravity feed into the next. The third barrel is also a rock filter, and the fourth barrel is a moving bed filter. So here I'm going to split it to make it a bigger pipe to allow more gravity feed. I'm going to have another tank. You'll see that in a second coming up. That's just going to be full of shade cloth, whatever recycled material I can find. So here I've split it off with some aluminium sheeting, so the water has to go in there, down through this bottom gap, through the shade cloth. Then I'll have at least 6 outlets to allow for the amount of gravity feed water coming out. My assistant is not assisting much. Are you, Spook? Flicking rocks all over me. Being a shithead. Not being a great assistant. Oh, here they come. Oh, bloody hell, Spook. You're naughty. So this is the process of setting everything up. I've got the filter running through the big large round trough just to get the bacteria going, but here I'm just slowly plumbing it all up before I hook the whole system up, laying weed mat and crusher dust and putting in radial filters and setting all the IBC shuttles up. So This is just progress. There's a free spar off the side of the road. That's in the system now too. So yeah, just slowly extending and putting water in as I go. So we're getting a little bit further along now. So here's a little video clip of the mess in progress, but I'm slowly getting it all plumbed up here. So I'm nearly ready to go. It won't be long. I'll have the sump tank dug in. So it's a big tank, so I'll have that dug into the ground so I can get the pump running and connect everything together. So it's a little overview as I'm going. This is the last stage of filtration with all the weed mat in it. Weed mat, shade cloth, not weed mat, sorry, shade cloth, whatever I can bloody get my hands on really, all recycled. Now here's my labyrinth of pipes. I'm going to build little platforms so they don't get stood on. But these pipes, when it's all up and running with the sump tank in, as you can see they're covered, just got a union joint. They will all connect to these 4 pipes. So the 2 40mm run back along, one to each boat. That's the inlet after the filter into the boats. Then the 2 50mm that go up the wall, I've made the gradient slightly down. That comes along the fence line, and that drops water into all my IBC shuttles where my grow out tanks will be for my baby fish. Each boat and the big round trough have a radial flow filter direct on the outlet. So there's the SLO, so it sucks the water up from the bottom of the boat or the tank, and then that comes out. I can adjust the water flow. That comes out, down and across into one of these, which is a radial flow filter. So the water slows down when it comes out. That middle pipe hits the round pipe, slows down. Then when it hits the outside, it slows down again. The solids drop to the bottom, which I can get out via this tap. And the clean water comes out that pipe, which goes into the 90mm storm drain running at an angle back to the sump tank. That runs all the way along the fence, that 90mm storm drain. So this will be the water coming in from the filter. It's got like slits in it, create oxygen. So yeah, there's that 90mm storm drain. So each of these IBC shuttles, there's 4 so far, they share a radial flow filter, but each boat and the big round tank has its own to capture the solids before it goes to the sump tank, and then the filter will do the rest once it leaves the sump tank. So here we've got these pipes here that gravity feed from the filter into each of the boats. So we go over to the IBC shuttles. So 2 IBC shuttles share a radial flow filter. Everything has a solids lifting outlet, which is that pipe there. Taps on everything. Taps allow me to turn anything off from the system and also to control the water flow whenever I need to, so I can isolate any tank anytime. And my lucky carp, he's a very lucky carp, because the only good carp's a dead carp. He lives in here somewhere. He's going to have a job when it's all set up. But anyway, that's the system. At this point of the process, I've moved 3 tonne of crusher rock with a 5 litre bucket, because that's how I roll. So we got the hole in for the sump tank, and then built some side panels to stop it from caving in. Get the sump tank in a sec, and then it's got a big crack in it, unfortunately, and it was leaking, so in the future I had to rip it out and fix it. Got the holes dug for the pipes and got the pump in. Check this out. Sump pump's up and running. The patch is fucking leaking, so I just got to keep it fairly low. She's gushing water out, which is good. That's what it's supposed to do. All that water coming out of that big pipe's coming from all the tanks. Then I've got a Venturi valve in there, see all the bubbles in the background. Venturi valve with more dissolved oxygen. There's the pump. So it's all fucking running. and the stupid carp jumped out, and then Buddy was trying to bury it. So the carp's dead, which is no major loss. So it's all running, and the frogs have already moved in. Frogs have moved into here, into one of the filters. So those two pipes, that's the froggy housing estate. Lisa thought it was a snake. That's cute. Yeah, still got some work to do on it, and oh, there's Richo's rooting goldfish. They've already had babies. There's 2 fucking goldfish in here, and they've had babies. He wouldn't fucking read about it. Anyway, so that's all good. All the filtration units working fantastic. So it's all the barrels. I've just pulled the shade cloth back. My boat. This is Batman. It's Batman because he's got fins. There's his fins. Batman, Robin. This is the other boat. And then grow out tanks for when I breed me baby goldfish, because I'm fucking bent and I like to be bent. And it'll take about 2 weeks, I reckon. There's a lot of water here for the water to clear up. Clean the filter a few times in the meantime. Yeah, so that's the fish side of things so far, and I've got 2 goldfish in it. Yeah. So you can see here the plants are really struggling. We get pretty hot here in this area of Australia, up in excess of 40 degrees sometimes. So here I'm getting ready to build the fence to keep the alpacas and the dogs out of my system. Yeah, you can see the plants are still not going alright, but it's all up and running. My first grow bed with some veggies in it. Bit more fence work. Yeah, that was a bloody mission, but anyway, so here we're putting up a 25 by 6.5 metre hoop house to protect everything from the heat. You can see the plants are getting a little bit better. And I've covered everything in shade cloth because it's bloody hot. But anyway, a bit more fencing. That'll keep the alpacas from eating me veggies. I've got some new fish. And yeah, just waiting for the shade cloth to arrive. So here it is. So I hand stitched 30 metres of shade cloth together, so I had 2 widths. So now we're just pulling it over and getting it into position and locking it into place. So it's made a massive difference. It's pretty good. So a couple more grow beds, getting everything organised, extending the shade cloth across to the fence here. That was a bloody mission, but yeah, I got my father-in-law helping me there. So we bought a couple of Australian native fish, 4 eel-tailed catfish, which is a tandanus, and 9 yellow belly, which is a golden perch. So you can see here the plants are getting a bit happier now. They got some cover, and it's like a bloody jungle. Look at that. It's going real good. So yeah, I had to pull the sump tank out and fix it. I went all out and I sorted it right out anyway, so it's good now. So I got a crocodile. Check him out. Cunty McCrockface. He's my little mascot. But anyway, I'd like to put out a big shout out to everybody who's put their hand up to help me make this happen. Get the hoop house up and the shade cloth and move all the big shit. I truly appreciate your help. You know who you are. I love your guts. And a massive thank you to my wife for being so patient and tolerant and putting up with all my shit and my ever-expanding fish farm. Love you, babe. Thanks. So we all know that things get bigger, so here's the next project. Some grow-out tanks for my baby fish, and that'll be another video in the future. But this system took me a few years. It's been up and running now for quite a while, and it's an entire ecosystem on its own. So I've got shrimp in there, and we get dragonfly and Dragonfly larvae, that's another story. I'll discuss them in the future. But I hope you liked the video. Stay tuned for some more funky shit from Funny Farm Fishing Things. Catch yous then.